¿Qué pasa, YouTube? What's up? How's it going, everybody? Hopefully y'all are having a good Wednesday today when this match is going live or up. Is it live or I don't really think it matters too much, but hey, what's up? How's it going? Hopefully y'all again having a good day. I don't know why I repeated myself there, but yeah, this was a pretty nice OU battle I had against GOAT of 412, 412, 412 off of my Discord. Of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button down below. One like can definitely go a long way, so thank you if you do that, as well as make sure to answer the comment question of the day, which this time was actually in the video. Yesterday I completely forgot about it, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about yesterday, guys. So yeah, but question of the day was at the beginning of the video. It's gonna be at the end after this battle as well. So I'm using this pretty cool OU team I got from my boy Guru, if I'm not mistaken, as my opponent has a very scary offensively based team. So we're both going to do an OU tradition here, and we're going to lead off with our Landorises, but I'm actually going to go for the Hidden Power Ice turn 1, because this way I could get off some immediate damage on his Landorus and then scout out to see what he wanted to do next turn, as I got up my own Stealth Rocks. But it turns out that he's actually Explosion, which I did not see coming. Like, I've seen an occasional lead Explosion Landorus, but I was not expecting him to be lead Explosion in this particular match, or looking at his team. But I guess it does make sense, because again, it is just a very hyper offensively based team, as in comes the Kartana. This Kartana paired up with potential Mega Dragon Dance Gyarados is actually very terrifying to this team. So thanks to the fact that my Landorus is physically defensive, I'm going to be able to eat this not the Sacred Sword, but the Leaf Blade, as I make a bit of an error. I actually forgot that I was intimidated, but it turns out that HP Ice actually does, I think, like 2 or 3% more damage than what Earthquake would have done at -1. So I should have really gone for the HP Ice there, and it just got off the extra bit of damage. But luckily it's not going to end up mattering too much, as this turn I'm going to end up bringing in my own Kartana, and I am luckily Scarf Kartana. If he is Scarf Kartana, then he's locked into Leaf Blade. So what I'm going to do is just go straight for the Sacred Sword here, as he actually ended up leaving in his Kartana. I'm guessing he didn't want anything else to potentially come in or take a hit, or maybe he was going to try and risk a speed tie there. I'm not too sure, but maybe he should have switched there, because if he had saved Kartana later in this match, that could have been a little bit scary. But in comes giant threat number 2, which is again this most likely Dragon Dance Mega Gyarados, or even just regular Gyarados could be terrifying, because if it's Z move, that's actually very scary to face, especially with this team, because it turns out that my Toxapex does not actually have Haze, and I have no real move that can damage Gyarados, as he actually gets a little bit greedy here and he goes for a second Dragon Dance. Now, he told me that the reason he went for Dragon Dance again was because normally there was no one move that even HOOPA had that would have been able to knock out Gyarados in one hit. If I was Choice Specs, I didn't knock him out with any one hit. If I was Choice Bandit, I didn't knock him out with any one hit. But what he did not consider was the fact that I could have been Z move, and this actually ends up saving me here, because thanks to me getting up Stealth Rocks, a Dark Hole Eclipse or Black Hole Eclipse is a straight knockout on Gyarados, and that is absolutely amazing, because at +2 speed and +2 attack, that Gyarados actually would have been able to just sweep through the remainder of my team, because there was no way that anything I had left would have been able to live any hit from it comfortably, or if I did have something that lived a hit, I didn't do anything back to the Gyarados. So I think it would have come down to me having to potentially burn him with the Scald. So he ends up bringing in Greninja. On the off chance that he was a Choice Scarf Greninja, I switched directly in to my Toxapex. Bringing in Toxapex also covered him potentially wanting to go for the Hydro Pump if it was Choice Specs, expecting me to bring in my Magearna. So all in all, Toxapex was just a really safe switch in there. As it turns out that he is Choice Specs, I'm going to switch this turn into my Magearna, and I will be able to easily take 2 of those Dark Pulses as I go for the Volt Switch. Even if he had switched out here, whatever he brought in, I would have been able to Volt Switch into the appropriate thing to take it on. So it's not really that big of an issue that he did just leave in his Greninja here, as I'm going to bring in my Kartana. Going to go straight for the Smart Strike. The reason I wanted a Smart Strike as opposed to like Leaf Blade or Sacred Sorting was because if I had locked myself into one of the other two moves, that means that his last two remaining Pokemon, which are Magearna and Tapu Lele, just came in for free. At least by going for the Smart Strike, I guarantee that he's not going to bring in the Tapu Lele because I'm Scarfed, and if he does bring in Magearna, he has to fear me getting off a +1 stabbed hit with Smart Strike. But this man has no fear, and he goes straight for the Trick Room. At the same time, though, Magearna does have really good bulk, so it would have lived any hit I wanted to go for. And honestly, I thought that this was going to be Assault Vest Magearna, so Trick Room kind of caught me off guard there. But the good thing about this is that with him not being Assault Vested, Focus Blast actually does a solid like 30% amount of damage, which is nice, because now what I can do this turn is switch out, expecting him to go for another Flash Cannon, or if he did have the Floral Cannon or the Fairy type Z move, he might have tried to go for it this turn, but my Toxapex is a very safe switch in here, as he ends up getting a crit there. That crit is just a little bit annoying, but honestly it doesn't matter too much, because even if he does have the Thunderbolt with Gigavolt Havoc here, I will be able to recover back up to max HP, and what this allows me to do is actually waste an extra turn of the Trick Room, and then if I'm able to live potentially a Gigavolt Havoc, then I can waste another turn of Trick Room. I guess in hindsight what I could have done was also gone straight for the Skull, but realistically I think going for Recover there was definitely the best play I could have made, because at this point it just comes down to me being able to stall out these Trick Room turns so I can bring in something to appropriately revenge kill this Magearna. So I do go for the Skull here, get a little bit lucky, and I get the burn, which is very excellent, because now this thing is going to be taking an extra bit of chip damage every turn. As his Trick Room did end, I can now bring in my Zygarde here. He has two plays to make in this scenario. He can either go for the offensive Fairy type or Ice type move, or he can try to get up his substitute. So what I mean not substitute, but he can try to set up his Trick Room again, which allows me to safely go for the substitute to scout out exactly what he wants to go for. As he does end up going for the Trick Room, this is actually not even a problem, because this next turn what I'm going to do is actually go for the Protect. Now, the main reason I wanted to Protect was because if he was like a Papa Barrier or something along those lines, I think it actually would have activated right here after this round of burn damage. So if it did come down to the scenario of where my 1,000 arrows wasn't able to knock out this Magearna, I can at least still try to stall out the last couple turns of Trick Room. So I will be able to obviously take the damage here with this Ice Beam, but because his Berry did not activate this turn, I should be able to knock him out with the 1,000 arrows, as it actually turns out that he is Shucka Berry, which I was not expecting either. Like, I don't think I've seen Shucka Berry Magearna very often, so yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't know if me getting the burn might have changed the outcome of this match. I still think that I would have been able to stall out his last couple turns of Trick Room, and then got off enough damage to where I could have just brought in my Kartana to knock him out with the Smart Strike, and then at that point I would have been at +1 against this Lele. But because he did get up the Trick Room, in Trick Room I'm actually faster than Lele, so I can get off one giant hit before he's able to potentially knock me out. As he goes for the Psychic, I'm actually able to live this, which I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect to live a Psychic there. So this is pretty awesome, because I can still actually outspeed him since his own Trick Room is up, and Zygarde is actually going to be able to finish off the match here. So that is going to be the victory in my favor. Very good game to GOAT of the 412, 412, 412. I'm not sure how he likes to say it, but yeah, very fun battle. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Question of the day is of course on your screen. I'm like 100% sure this time, so yeah, make sure to answer that in the comment section below. Hit that like button while you're at it, and thank you all for watching. With that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow with 2 more uploads. So thank y'all for watching. Later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks.